Hi friends, this video is a review on the Dr. Jart Ceramidin cream. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm butchering it, I'm really sorry. I apologize. It's the moisturizer that comes in the tube with the color yellow and it contains ceramides. So in this video, I will do a review of this product. I'll talk a little bit about it, talk about what ceramides are. I'll do a demo, and I'll also do my rating system for a moisturizer, which is based on 3 categories, each 1 out of 5. So if you want to see all of that, keep watching. So let's see what the World Wide Web says about this moisturizer, shall we? So it says that it is an everyday face cream with 5 ceramides that lock in moisture, strengthen the skin's moisture barrier, and prevent water loss. And it's for all skin types, especially rough, dry, itchy skin. It is good for normal, dry combination and oily skin. And it addresses dryness, fine lines, and loss of elasticity, as well as water loss in the skin. I don't think I mentioned the cost of this moisturizer. Let's do that now. So this Dr. Jart moisturizer retails for 63 Canadian dollars at Sephora, and it comes with 50 milliliters of product. So it's not a cheap moisturizer. It's not super wallet friendly. So I will absolutely try to get every last ounce out of this container or tube before it's finished to make sure I get my money's worth. Now let's talk about what ceramides are. And ceramides are a lipid, also known as a fat, that is naturally found in our skin's moisture barrier. And what ceramides do is they keep the cells in our uppermost layer of our skin together or intact. And what this does, it helps contribute to our overall skin health because it helps keep moisture in our skin or hydration in our skin, but it also keeps external factors like allergens and pollutants out of our skin. So ceramides really contribute to our overall skin health. Now let's get into the demo. I'm just gonna put my little headband on, get my hair out of the way. Before we get into the demo, I just want to talk about the packaging really quickly. I love the packaging of this moisturizer. It's very simple for just talking aesthetics. I like how simple it looks. It looks a little pharmaceutical to me, I guess. But it comes in a squeeze tube, which I love because it's hygienic. There's no product waste. And also, if there's any product left behind and I want to make sure I use every last ounce of this moisturizer before I throw it away, I will cut off the top about right here and I will squeeze out every last little bit of moisturizer from here. So that way I make sure that when I throw this out, because I think it's empty, I just cut the top off, squeeze every last bit out, and that way I make sure I use every ounce of this product before I throw it out because she ain't cheap. Before I apply it to my face, I just want to put a little bit on the back of my hand to show you guys what it looks like. So when you squeeze it out of the tube, it has like an off-white, I would call it like sand color to it. So when I first bought this product and looked at it, I was like, what the hell? But it's totally normal. So if you buy this and try it, don't be surprised by the color. It's normal. And the texture of it is thicker, like it's a bit thicker. It's not as watery as other moisturizers, but I absolutely love that about it. It blends really easily and quickly, and it does not feel greasy or sticky. So that's a definite bonus, but it is a thicker formulation and not as watery, but I have no issue with that because my dry skin loves this. So now when it comes to application to my skin, for daytime, I use about that much for both my face and my neck. For nighttime, I do need a little bit more of this moisturizer. My skin just needs a bit of extra love and moisture at night because it is dry. So I will use a little bit more than this, so about like half more of this on top of this amount already. So 1.5 of these, just because I find that it just works better for me overnight for my skin to retain moisture. But right away when I put it on my skin, there's no scent. So for those of you that are sensitive to scent, no need to worry. I do not smell anything. And it just goes on, like it glides on my skin. I just love how nicely it glides on. And it really, really moisturizes, and it leaves like already it's already absorbed in my skin. So I absolutely love that. It's just, it absorbs quickly, it glides on really nicely, and it just leaves my skin not super dewy, but it leaves a nice dewiness, just a touch of dewiness to it, but it just feels so plump. Like my skin actually feels nice and plump. And once it gets fully absorbed, like it just looks healthy. Like my skin just looks like it's well hydrated and well moisturized, and it feels really nice. Like just after it gets fully absorbed, it just, my skin has a really nice feel and texture to it. It doesn't feel tight, it doesn't feel dry, it feels absolutely fantastic. So definitely a really good one if you have dry skin or normal skin. I would say this is even good for people with combination skin or even oily skin, because it has no greasiness to it, like absolutely none. So this could really work. But I just find if you're super dry, you may need a little bit extra than the amount that I used. Now for my rating system of moisturizers. So I have a rating system for moisturizers. It's 3 categories. And those are the 3 categories that are most important to me when it comes to a moisturizer. So what I'm looking for in a moisturizer, my top 3 things. And I score each category out of 5. So let's see how this little moisturizer scored. First category, how well does it get absorbed into my skin? And this is a 5 out of 5. It gets absorbed really quickly. It doesn't leave a weird residue or film behind. It's not greasy, it's not sticky. It just, my skin soaks it up and it gets absorbed pretty quickly. I usually have to wait about 5 minutes tops before I put on my makeup when I use this moisturizer. So 5 out of 5, absorbs beautifully into my skin. Second category, does it help my skin retain moisture? And I gave this a 4.8 out of 5. And the only reason I dinged it a little bit and I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 is because I have to use a bit more product at night to make sure my skin really retains moisture overnight. And I wake up in the morning, my skin feels nice and moisturized and does not feel dry. So if we talk about how it feels during the day, when I use this moisturizer during the day, my skin retains moisture throughout the day really well. Even if I'm wearing makeup, my skin does not have any dry areas or dry patches. It just stays nice and moisturized and hydrated throughout the day and feels great. When I use it as a nighttime moisturizer and I use the right amount, which is a little bit extra like I mentioned earlier, my skin feels amazing. In the morning, I wake up, it's hydrated, moisturized, feels fantastic. So the only reason I dinged it a little bit, like I mentioned, is because I have to use a bit more product in the evening to get that extra level of moisture and hydration. But other than that, 2 thumbs up, really helps my skin hold on to moisture. Third category, does it set up my skin for makeup application? And this is an easy one, 5 out of 5. It absolutely does. It goes on beautifully on my skin. It gets absorbed really easily and really quickly. And my makeup, my foundation, and my concealer glide on really nicely on my skin, and they just sit really well throughout the day. There's no dry areas, no cracked areas as the day progresses. I could wear my makeup all day, and this moisturizer really helps my skin retain that moisture and hydration, and in turn really helps with the longevity of my makeup. So definitely a fan of this moisturizer. So my final thoughts on this moisturizer, I will definitely repurchase this again. I really loved it. It worked beautifully with my skin. Yes, I do have to use a little bit extra at night to make sure my skin retains moisture. So I would say if you are someone that has super dry skin, look into this. You may have to use a little bit extra product. Or I would say maybe layer it up in the areas of your skin that do tend to get drier at night. Maybe layer it up with some petroleum jelly or like a balm. I find that in the winter for me, I need to at times, a couple of times a week, just layer my skincare up. So on top of it all, I will sometimes put some petroleum jelly or like the Cicaplast Balm B5 from La Roche-Posay, just to give my skin an extra little treat, an extra level of moisture and hydration, and really seal in all that good stuff that I just put on my skin and all my skincare before bed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below if you have tried this moisturizer, and if you have, what your thoughts were on it. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know if there's any other videos you'd like me to make or products you'd like me to review. I would love to hear from you. And thank you again so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button to see what videos I come up with next, and I will see you next time.